Good morning. Happy Saturday. I thank you guys for joining me today, this morning. I had a great words of encouragement to share with those people who, might know God or knows God and wants deeper insights about God. I'm pretty sure that the Bible, you know, has words of instructions and it teaches people how to become a better person, how to create or connect, have a better relationship with God, and a lot of words of wisdom, knowledge, insights, things like that. But the Bible has many perspectives, right? The physical perspective is what you see with your eyes, the mental is what you read and your understanding, and your spiritual side, which is in fact the final side of who you truly are. And who you truly are comes from God. You see, in the beginning, God said He created man, right? He created everything else, but He created man specifically in His image. And not only in His image, right? Because in His image, the way He created was how He looks, how His likeness, things like that, in a miniature form. However, what He also did was He put Himself in us. And that tells a lot, you know. It gives a lot of insight of who God is and what God is mainly trying to do with us. You see, what I mean by this is a lot of people are confused and thinking that when God made them or made people, He put just a minor in some people and He put more in others. He put the same amount because He says that He put Himself in us. So if He did that, what that means is He gave us equal powers, equal abilities. However, what we need to realize is how to project those abilities, how that ability grows. How do we activate to the next level? Because a lot of times, right, we get stuck into thinking that, God has certainly called us in a certain way, and that's the way we only need to be. However, His ability is unlimited. And if His ability is unlimited, that means what is in us is Him, and we are unlimited. It just, we don't know how to activate it, how to use it. And so we are asked that we are supposed to connect in fellowship. Now, the fellowship part gives us a more insight of what others also know, and we can strong and spiritually empower ourselves. That is important simply because with God, there is no limit to your potential. However, with the flesh, there's limitations simply because the flesh is just temporary. And so the unlimited part is what we need to connect with others that are also of understanding to also grow and evolve. And so we do it in many ways. We can revise, we can read, we can encourage each other. However, we need to understand the Word of God from the spiritual perspective because physically, right, we might see faults with it. We might see things that do not connect or resonate with our what? Our, our thoughts or our experience. However, our spirit is unlimited. Our spirit knows the Word. But how do you know your spirit? Your gauge, because your spirit is coming from God. And if it's coming from God, there is no limitations. It's only that is subject to the flesh. So, because if the flesh is going on the opposite side, what the flesh is considered great to other people or great to the physical is not so great for the spirit, because the spirit does not eat the same food as the flesh. So these are many things that hinders the growth of the spirit if we don't understand that the spirit is on one side and the flesh is on the other side, and they're both trying to battle to gain access and control to the mind, because the mind ultimately releases whatever is abundantly to it, whether it's the flesh version of it or whether it's the spirit version of it. And so God spoke to many, many disciples, many prophets in the Bible, and He told them one by one what they need to do or how they need to do it, right? Not that it limits them from other things. It just, that is the best way and the best avenue for them to be able to grow a more comfortable relationship. Because what happens is when you grow in in the walk with God, your spirit is growing, but your spirit has no limit to the level of growth. As long as you start to understand the will of God, as long as you start to understand the power levels of God, because you see, God did not put limitations on us, but He put us inside a flesh, a shell of limitations. Saying it's like you're in a suit, right? The suit has certain dimensions. However, if the suit, right, is under the will of the Spirit, then the suit has no limits, because then you are able to project blessings. You're able to do so many other things. However, the Spirit is not always physically seen. It is not what so many people can see unless God has opened your eyes, meaning that your spiritual level is so intense that you're able to see beyond the flesh. But all of these things are very important to your growth. And you have to